Hi there, I am Samantha Attard. I am a nutrition PhD, wellness coach, yoga instructor in the beautiful Washington, D.C. And today I wanted to share my 3 best tips that I give to all of my weight loss clients. This is something that comes up again and again, and so I'm always saying this to every new client that I have. So the first tip that I give to all of my clients is to start moving towards 3 meals a day. A lot of us have been told that we need to be eating snacks all day long, that if we have small snacks and small meals that we won't eat as much, but really that doesn't work out. Yes, if you are stuck in a lab and someone is feeding you pre-portioned meals, it's really great to have many small meals throughout the day. However, we don't live in a lab and no one's really controlling our food intake. So when we start to add more snacks and more meals in our day, ultimately we end up just eating more calories. Deidre says over on Facebook Live that this doesn't work. Yeah, Deidre and I have worked together, and Deidre knows that the multiple snacking throughout the day ultimately doesn't lead to that weight loss, and that switching more towards 3 meals a day, maybe 4, depending on what your day is like, it works a lot better. And what it ultimately does is it keeps your body always in a fed state, which sounds like a great idea. It's like, oh, I always have a little bit of food with me. However, what it also does is it means that you always have things like insulin pathways turned on, and it's those insulin pathways that are the ones that are fat storage pathways. So your body is always at, I am fed, I am full, I am storing fat. And that's not necessarily where you want to be. Not only do you tend to eat a lot more if you have 6 small meals rather than 3 regular sized meals, but it's also a lot more work. It is a lot of work to be packing all that food all day long. And so that's definitely not something that you want to be doing. You might as well make your life a little easier and have just those 3 meals. So this is something that I really work on with my clients. The other beautiful thing about eating 3 meals a day rather than 6 small meals a day is that you really have to make sure that those meals are balanced. So you can't get away with just eating like a handful of pretzels or something like that. You have to actually make sure you have a meal that has a amount of protein, of fat, and carbs, so you get this beautiful, whole, balanced meal. The question from Elise over on Periscope, she asked, if you have pre-measured meals, is this still important? I think that's a really great question, Elise. If you do have pre-measured meals, you can do better with the 6 meals a day. However, I think something else that's really beautiful about doing 3 meals, even if they're pre-measured, is learning that it's okay to be hungry. That even if you are feeling a slight tinge of hunger in your belly, that is okay. You can deal with that hunger and be fine, and then get food within an hour, within 2 hours. So I personally, even with pre-measured meals, would vote for switching to about 3 meals a day. Again, it might be 4 if you do have a big workout in the morning or in the evening, if you need a small snack beforehand. Depending on what your day looks like, it might be 4, but purposefully trying to eat every 2 hours is ultimately going to drive you crazy, and you're going to spend all of your time eating and none of your time actually living your life. So the second thing that I work on with all of my clients is really important, is getting clear on your goal. What is it that you're actually trying to make happen, and in what amount of time are you trying to make that happen? A lot of us are saying, I'm just going to lose weight, but you want to have a clear goal of, I want to lose X pounds in this amount of time. Why are you actually doing this? We often just say, again, I want to lose weight, I'm going to lose 30 pounds, whatever it is, but we need to know exactly how much. We need to know, when have we truly met our goal. We need to have a reasonable limit in terms of knowing that we're not going to lose 10 pounds in a day. We're not going to lose 10 pounds in a week. And that really sustainable, healthy weight loss is about 1 to 2 pounds a week. So it's not going to happen super quick, and that's okay. The really important part of this also is why. Why you're trying to lose weight is going to ultimately really help determine your success at doing so. Because if you're not clear on why, it's a lot harder to say no to cake when it gets passed around. It's a lot harder to chop up vegetables or do meal prep on Sunday. You really want to know, why are you doing this? Is it for your health? Is it because you have a family history of weight loss? Is it because you don't like how you look in your clothes? Is it because you can't keep up with your kids? Is it because you are experiencing pain? Is it because you feel happier when you're at a slightly lower weight? Whatever it is, whatever your reason is, be really clear on it, really know it, love it, and it's going to help you when times are tough. Because that's the important thing. It's really easy on a Monday morning to be like, great, I'm going to be on a diet this week. It's going to be awesome. It's a lot harder Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night to really stick with it. So if you're clear on your why, it's super important. So definitely get clear on your goal, the amount of time you want to take, the amount of pounds you want to lose, and then also why the heck you're doing it in the first place. And these are all the things that I work with my clients on when I do wellness coaching. I have a PhD in nutrition. I'm a certified nutritionist, and both in person as well as online, we talk about why are you doing this and what can we make happen? What's a reasonable expectation in terms of that weight loss, and what do you need to do to actually get yourself there? So we're going through the 3 tips that I share with all of my weight loss clients. First one we talked about was doing 3 meals a day rather than 6 or multiple small meals. Do 3 square meals, maybe a 4th small snack if needed. You want to get really, really clear on your goals. What is it you're trying to lose, when, and why? And then the my third tip that I work on with a lot of my clients, super important, is sleep. Oh my gosh. You think that it's about what you're eating and how much you're moving, but sleep is the critical underpinning that can totally undermine your weight loss if you're not doing it correctly. Here's the thing about sleep. A few different things. Yes. So getting good sleep does a few things. First off, it allows your hormones to all reset and do beautiful things, so that you can get ready and have wonderful, speedy metabolism the next day. It helps your body rest. So again, can start to decrease some of those stress levels that you have in your body. It's also really important. It sounds silly, but if you're sleeping, you're not eating. And for so many people, they stay up late, then they start snacking and snacking more, and because they're kind of tired and they're a little cranky, and so they're just eating because it's midnight and whatever's happening. If you're sleeping, you're not eating. That is another great reason to go to sleep and to get some good rest. The third reason is because if you are tired, you're going to be craving carbs. This is basically known. If you are tired, your brain is moving slower, it's firing slower, and when your brain does that, it gets confused. And even though you're tired, it starts to think, oh, I must be hungry. If I give my body energy by eating food, then everything will come back online. I'll feel really great. It's kind of like before you've had a morning coffee and your brain's super slow and you're like, ooh, as soon as I have coffee, everything's going to jump back online and we're going to be good to go. So your body gets a little confused. You haven't had sleep, but ultimately your body is thinking, oh, I need to eat right now. So then when you don't have enough sleep, you end up craving a lot of food, and particularly getting carb cravings, because carbs are our energy. Snazin asks, but aren't you burning more calories when you're awake as long as you don't eat more? Moderately. You are burning moderately more calories, but if you're just sitting watching TV, not so much more that it's going to make a huge difference. It's not like I should stay up an extra hour and watch TV because I'll burn so many more calories. These are really tiny amounts that we're looking at if you think about the difference between when you're sleeping and when you're just sitting. If you stay up an extra hour, maybe you decide to exercise, this can be a good thing. But you want to take a balance. There was actually a really great article a few years ago, I think it was in New York Times, about do I get an extra hour of sleep or do I go and exercise? And it really depends on your goals. It really depends on how sleep deprived you actually are and what's going to keep you on track for better wellness throughout your day. For some people, if they don't get their 8 hours of sleep, everything goes to hell. They don't eat well. Nothing happens. For other people, they can survive on a little less sleep, but if they don't get their workout in, then their routine is all messed up. So you get to know yourself and decide if that's important for you. And it might be different each day. So allow yourself that difference. So those are the 3 tips I give to all my clients losing weight. Buckley, I saw a question over here on Periscope. Thank you so much for sending it over. Is it not good to eat around bedtime? For sure. So definitely you want to try to finish eating about 2 hours before you go to bed, if not more. And this is also actually really important because it's going to help you sleep better. If you're in the middle of digesting all of your food, then then you don't sleep as well and you don't sleep as deeply. And so I saw, Edna, that you said that you've still been having some sleeping troubles. Definitely it's worth it to start to look into what that could be that's going on. Is it that you need to turn off screens before you go to bed? Is it that you're stressed out, you need to do some more relaxation rituals before you go to bed? Is it light in your room? Have you eaten too close to going to bed? So these are all things that you can look at and try to decide what will be best for you and how you can start to get some better sleep and then hopefully spur on that weight loss again. If you have any other questions, comments, definitely send me a note. I'm over at Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter at Happy Healthy Sam. Ask me a question. That's how you can get them answered live here in our nutrition Q&As. If you're interested in working together and you want to handle some of these issues, because Edna is writing over here on Periscope that she works at night, she's a performer, and so it's very difficult for her to get that good sleep. We can work out what would be a schedule that really puts you in a good place. And so it might not be the ideal schedule, but it'll be ideal for you. And so we can work that out. That's exactly what I do with my clients. And so I'd love to help you out on that. Thank you guys so much for joining. I will catch you next time. But in the meantime, see you over on Instagram, Snapchat, Periscope, Twitter at Happy Healthy Sam. And I will see you guys soon. Thank you guys. Bye.